Paper Mario should not exist. This statement is very stupid given the somewhat present quality of the franchise, but it's true. To set the scene, Nintendo has just released its second ever home console, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. After the success of the Mario franchise and 4 platformers, Nintendo wants to expand the series for some spin-offs. They start with Mario Kart, which is very understandable, given that driving games are so accessible. It's a concept everybody knows, as everybody wants to or does actually drive. Due to this easy to relate to and enjoy experience, it's understandable to see why Nintendo chose this as the first spin-off for Mario. Yet, for their next one, they chose an RPG. Not only this, but they teamed up with Square Enix. At this point, the SNES was home to multiple major RPGs, such as first-party Earthbound and Chrono Trigger. But it's obvious that car racing is much more of a universal idea. A role-playing game is full of text, story, and intricate systems that are so fundamentally different from a Mario game, the same audience from the platformer and even kart games may be steered away completely. However, Mario RPG ended up in the top 20 selling games of the system, outselling Kirby and Super Metroid, warranting a sequel in Nintendo's eyes. While it's most likely many of sales may just be due to parents who bought the game due to the Mario name, as that's certainly why my mom had bought me the Paper Mario games when I was growing up, the game was actually really good. It was received greatly by critics and even better by fans. It blended the world of Mario and its characteristics perfectly into an RPG world. Critics loved it, and even with a simple story, it worked incredibly well. This is mainly due to one big factor of the game, which was its weirdness. Going into its sequel, Nintendo knew that they had to make a new Mario RPG without the help of RPG genius Square Enix. Yet, they still had some tricks up their sleeve. Mario was home to a bunch of different enemies and creatures that lived in this world, yet they weren't really fleshed out. However, one thing the Paper Mario franchise does that is much better than Mario RPG is embracing its differentness. And this can pretty much be summed up by one singular character from the franchise. She comes with the 1,000-year door, and you don't even need to see anything other than its silhouette to understand what I mean. Flurry is a design that left 6-year-old me dumbfounded in utter confusement. At the time, I didn't even know what she was supposed to be, and I was even made uncomfortable by her design. Flurry's design is basically a purple cloud with boobs and hair, and shockingly does not raise the game's rating. Yet, I think that's what's so special about this game and the franchise. Where in the game can you find a cloud with big boobs and have them as your partner for the rest of the game? This character is so odd that it got my game taken away when I was 6 because the character was too provocative. Yeah, I'm never forgiving my mom for that. I myself was very questioning of this character as a child, yet growing up, I think it's a great decision from Nintendo to have these odd and different characters. In fact, it's why Paper Mario, and even Mario as a whole, is as successful as it is. We've even seen this debate very recently in the Mario franchise as a whole. With New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, Wii, Wii U, and Switch, Nintendo kept a very strict and even bland policy on the games. The characters were bland and uninspired. From Mario Bros. DS to the Wii, they had no new characters. It was Mario, Luigi, Yellow Toad, and Blue Toad, and that's it. Compared to previous games of the Mario franchise where you could play at least as Peach in addition to the regular Mario and Luigi, these games were completely boring and unoriginal. Even the enemies, while still having new and original ones from time to time, stayed true to the classic Goomba and Koopa norm present in the series. But when you think of it, Paper Mario is not normal at all. You know this simply just by having a noose in the main plaza of the homeworld in the 1,000-year door. Something that you would think would be a terrible thing to market in a game aimed for children. Yet, Nintendo seems to embrace that weirdness and quirkiness going forwards, especially with the remaster of the 1,000-year door. On the box art, Flurry is now present, more prominent than known faces like Peach and Bowser. Even just remastering this game alone is extremely daring, knowing this game challenges exactly what Nintendo has built up, yet it also goes along with what they went to challenge. With Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Nintendo has completely done a 180 on the Mario franchise as a whole. Wonder was full of new concepts and new enemies, and I say there's more new than old in the game. This is a great step in the absolute right step in the right direction. Now, it looks like Nintendo is trying to do this with Paper Mario 2. Remastering Thousand Year Door is something that fans have wanted for decades, and it's great to hear Nintendo finally looking to bring back that originality to the game franchise. Paper Mario and even Mario and Luigi and the Mario RPG franchise as a whole, we're so much more connected to Mario and his world. For these games, Mario is pretty much a flat, feeling what you want for the character, which is very ironic when you consider that Paper Mario is probably the most charismatic version of Mario we've gotten. He didn't talk, emote, react, or anything of the like in his original games, and he was basically just a blank slate for the player to put on themselves. These RPG games are solely responsible for the characters of Mario that we love and feel connected to, like Mario, Koopas, Goombas, and especially Bowser, who is one of the best characters in all of the series in these RPG games. And that is made so easy by the wacky world of these games. Despite the weird and somewhat jarring at times world of the games, it's so easy to adore these weird abnormalities in Mario's world. Like, I love this weird baby Yoshi who's overall kind of rude and you should hate, despite him only being shown kindness since birth. Really, I love any partner in this game, as they are able to take regular Mario enemies like Goombas and Koopa Troopas and flesh them out into actual characters. Like Koops is transformed from this regular Koopa that you are used to just killing and throwing away its shell, to an actual person with goals, motives, and beliefs. Anyways, these differences are what make these games so enticing and charming. Even for those not used to RPG franchises, seeing these different characters from a game you loved or enjoyed as a child now being reimagined and fleshed out, given actual character traits, is just such an enjoyable thing. Thanks to this weirdness, these games, and more importantly, the Mario franchise has life. This is exactly why people are so upset with the later trilogy of Paper Mario games having less character and less imagination in the games themselves. The true beauty of these original Mario RPGs is because they fleshed out the world. They gave life to otherwise underground and not even in the part lively things like Goombas. If you look at a Goomba in Super Mario Bros., you just see it as an enemy. But given a Goomba in Paper Mario, it actually has a life. Sure, there are regular Goombas who just stop, but there are plenty that you talk to, and they have their own lives, especially with Goombarios and Goombella's Tattles. They are given complete new breaths of life, character, and imagination. To sum it up, the exact reason why the game shouldn't exist, its weirdness, its differentness, its bravery to try new things that aren't necessarily the best choice for the choice audience, is exactly why it works so well. Paper Mario means so much to me, and if you haven't given it a chance yet, I hope you do, especially with a remake of the Thousand Year Door. This is a little different of a video, but I hope to do more gaming stuff as a whole in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.